Hi, my name is Maeve Cosgrave and I'm a cookery tutor with Limerick and Clare Education Board. I work mainly with community education and I have done my activity redesign report on the QR code system. I'm hoping it's an easier way to transfer information and recipes and languages for learners with reading difficulties. During the first lockdown, we were asked to produce a lot of work for Padlet, which is an online platform to share information. Padlet on its own is brilliant, but I have an issue with the ease of access for our learners. I will just show you how to get onto Padlet and maybe then you can see what I'm talking about. So you have to go into learning and skills. So first of all, I have to give them that information. And when you go to learning and skills, of course you have to have the internet and everything else. You go down to communities. Again, you have to find this step. And when you come into communities, you scroll down. Start again. And when you scroll down to end of communities, you find Padlet and you click here and it opens the home page if you have good internet. So when you click on Padlet, it's supposed to come in with the home page. I have been having difficulties on the laptop, I don't know why, but even on my phone, if I open Padlet, I have it saved to the home page here. And this is what you're supposed to get, a list of my recipes and different pages, for example, Cook's Company, and then you have recipes, videos, etc. So I have had at least 12 steps to get into that recipe, 12 steps which you have to guide each person towards, so much so we've even produced a leaflet which we give to learners to guide them to how to get into Padlet. And then when you are lucky enough to get into it, it's usually password locked. So I was trying to come up with an easier way to transfer the information to the learners. So instead of transferring the information via Padlet, I've decided to come up with a QR code system. So I've printed out my recipe and at the bottom I have added a QR code to it. And I will hand these out to the learners, but I also have it on my phone so I can transfer from the phone. So I literally open my QR code, press on the link, and you go straight into a video of me making the recipe. The benefits of the QR code really is it's a universal language. It's great for visual learners who maybe would rather watch a video than read a recipe. Anyone with reading difficulties, they automatically can just be keyed in and watch the video. I can send the information to the learner before class so they can have their prep work done and maybe practice the recipe if they want. It also saves some paper, so has to be good for the environment. Now, I have had some negative feedback in some of my learners with older phones have difficulties because the QR code doesn't automatically read on their phones. So then they have to download a QR code app, reader app, and that allows them to open it up. I found with the older learner, once they get the hang of it, it's great, but initially it does need a little bit of teaching and learning, including for me. The young people love it because they're familiar with it. I mean, every package, every menu, every timetable now has a QR code. They're really are becoming universal language and they're very fast and efficient. The younger generation seem to pick it up very quickly. The other little drawback is I have learned since I started this program that I can now add a recipe on my QR code so that I know which code is relevant to which recipe. Also, you have to pay a small fee to I use QR Code Monkey app. You have to pay a small subscription. You get a month free, but after that you have to start paying for it. In general, the feedback I'm getting from the learners is very good. And one of the comments from the older learner I thought was lovely. She said, "Please don't do it for me. Show me how to do it. I'm sick of people doing things for me. I need to learn for myself." So even just learning how to read the QR code and open up a YouTube link, she was delighted. Going forward, I'm hoping to have all my recipes with their own QR codes linked to videos, and have a little booklet with the codes so I can bring them into class and share the information with each learner, or send them to the learner before they come to class. That would be the ideal situation and something I hope to work on in the future.